You can't possibly be selling me $34 bad soil, can you? Can you? I have to go back to the drawing board in my mind. I feel like the hype is definitely valid. Urban homestead, small space that you filled up problems. It's very, very happy. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. We got a hollerer over there early this morning. She stopped. There she goes. We got a hollerer. I don't know which one it is though. It's the egg song, so she may be getting ready to lay an egg. I'm really not sure. Hope she's definitely not about to lay an egg in that mud over there. But with that being said, so listen, if you remember on my last video, I showed y'all all of these weeds. This bed is probably the absolute worst for weeds. This is the second bed that's the worst for weeds, right? So I went to Tractor Supply this morning, well, this afternoon, and I grabbed some straw. And so normally I would buy a whole bale of straw, but I really didn't want to fight with a whole bale of straw. Also, because the beds already have plants in them, I didn't want to have to fight with the larger pieces of straw. So I found this. It's fine cut premium processed straw, and it says that it is 100% natural. So when you're looking for mulching options, straw is a good mulching option. Leaves are a good mulching option. Wood chips, as I understand it, is a good mulching option. So anything that can cover your soil, that can help it hold in moisture, keep it warm, or keep it cool, are mulching options, right? The other thing that it does is it suppresses weeds. And these weeds that's in my garden, they are not deep rooted. I just don't feel like pulling them by hand. So I'm going to smother them out with this straw. I chose to buy this type of straw this time because, as I was saying, there's already plants in the bed. It's just gonna be easier for me to get this into the bed as opposed to larger pieces of straw, right? And it will decompose, which means that it's gonna go back into my soil. So that'll be organic matter going back into my soil. My second year of gardening, I did use straw, and I feel like it worked just fine. And so that's what I'm going to do this year too. So that's one project that we're working on today. The other thing is I have the seedlings out on the table. This is exactly why I wanted the table, so that I could pull the seedlings out of the greenhouse. They could get some sun, and even when it's time to harden off, you know, I don't harden off by taking them out and bringing them in. I just don't do it. Whatever survives, survives. But this is a great place to put them all, so I don't have to have them in the walkways in the garden. So I absolutely love this. So I bought them outside this morning. They are getting some good sun. I am thinking about planting these asters out into the flower bed, and probably a few more things, because I don't think we're gonna get another frost. I've been watching the 10-day forecast, and I don't think we're gonna get another frost. It won't be my tomatoes, it won't be my peppers, but maybe some cucumbers, maybe some squash. But I want to get the straw down first, and then I'll just pull the straw back to plant if I decide to plant today. But the biggest thing for me today is getting these gardens mulched, because I do not want to have to pull weeds, and I don't want the weeds to get out of hand. They are somewhat out of hand now. The larger pieces I'm probably gonna pull so that the roots come out, but I'm not going to just mulch this whole bed. I don't want to. But mulching is a really good way to keep your soil moist. It also helps with erosion so that you don't lose soil when it rains. Also, it helps with disease. If your soil is mulched, when it rains, the soil won't splash back up on your plants. So it helps with that too. Mulch, there are a lot of advantages to mulch. I just, in the past few years, have not been using it. But my second year gardening, I did, and it worked out really well. Look at that spinach, y'all. It is just beautiful. If I had not used my patience in the fall and pulled this, I mean, I wouldn't have such beautiful spinach right now. And they're small leaves because I didn't separate them. That's probably like 3 or 4 plants together. And I'm fine with that because I don't like big spinach leaves anyway. And like I said, about to start eating that. My son asked me the other day, because the last time that I harvest the lettuce, when we harvest the lettuce together, I just made a salad, put it in the refrigerator. If you wanted salad, you could go and get it. And it's gone now. He was like, the question is, when is the next salad being made? So I also need to harvest some lettuce today so I can make another salad. But real quick, I'm just gonna see, they're very shallow rooted weeds. They're not big weeds, easy to come out. So I'm just pulling them up, and then I'm gonna smother them with the straw, just the larger pieces, because there are some pretty large pieces. I need to go get some gloves so I don't mess my nails up, but Just showing y'all, this is my plan. Someone said that putting cardboard down over top of the weeds and then putting the mulch on is a good idea, and I do believe you. The thing is, I'm gonna be planting in this in less than a month. I don't wanna have to cut through cardboard and stuff. I'm just gonna pull these weeds up as best I can, and then I'm gonna put the straw down over it. I think it should be fine that way, but thank you for that. I do believe you, and if somebody else is in this situation, you don't have anything in your beds, I think it's a good idea. I'm just not going to do it this time because I'm preparing to plant in summer. So I'm gonna put a really thick layer of it on just cause I already had weeds and they really need to be completely smothered so they can't get to the sun. So that's my plan across at least the 2 brick beds today, because that's where I'm seeing the most weeds at. If I see them start to come through this straw, I'll make sure that I pick them when I see them. But this is gonna do a lot of good for the garden, not just suppressing the weeds, but also, like I said, keeping the soil moist, helping with erosion, all of that. Each bag of straw was $15 and some change, in case you are interested. Like I said, I got it from Tractor Supply. I saw it online, but I wanted it today. I wanted to attack this problem today. So another thing to remember if you want to use mulch, whether you're using leaves, whether you're using straw, it does not matter. You have to make sure that it was not sprayed, because the things that are sprayed to kill weeds also can kill plants. And so I've always gotten straw bales from Tractor Supply, never had a problem with it. Doesn't mean that one year they might not get a shipment that has been sprayed. So something to keep in mind. I went looking for the all natural. There's another option, and another gardener told me that she uses it, that Tractor Supply has, but there was something like a caking agent, some kind of something was in it, and I was very happy when I saw that they had this one that was all natural. So I'm excited about that. I'm about to put this down. Once I've finished, I will come back and let y'all see what it looks like. I think it's also going to make it look a little bit prettier out here too, while protecting my soil. All right, so 1 bed down. Like I said, if I start to see weeds, I'll pull them so that they don't get out of hand again. But absolutely love this straw. Seriously love this straw. I did a whole bed and I still have, like, shoot, 75% of that bag left. It might not even take 2 bags. I just didn't want to have to go back to the store. So, all right, let me get back to work. Hey y'all, so it is the next day. There was so much noise around here yesterday. There were people outside. There were people cutting grass, riding motorcycles. It was a beautiful day for it, but I was just like, there's no way I'm gonna get a video recorded today. So I'm gonna show y'all what I did, and then we are setting up the Greenstalk. I am so excited! But also, they're where they're going to be until they go into the garden. All of the seedlings are out on the table now. These are the tomato volunteers that we potted up. Those are my stunted peppers. And then you have all the other things. Cannot wait to get this corn in the ground. It looks so good, y'all. Somebody gave me some peppers, so that's what you have right there. All of the tomatoes back there and some more peppers. Oh, by the way, look how well my eggplant ended up turning out. I mean, it just took off and started growing. And that's one of the reasons I don't really worry about stunted things. And so we have the dog barking, nothing I can do about that, y'all. Like when things stunt and stuff, I just give it some time. Even these aphid ant-ridden peppers, they really don't look that bad, honestly. Like to have had aphid issues the entire time they've been growing, they really don't look bad at all. So I'm excited about that. And I never did spray them with onion water or anything. Sometimes I just can't. I just feel like I'm gonna let these plants do what these plants do. I do appreciate the suggestion though, because if it had gotten really bad, I probably would have, but it wasn't that bad, and so I didn't, and they actually look fine. And like I said, I deal with this every year, but when I get them out into the garden, they just bounce back. And I don't know if that's because, you know, I have some kind of insect that's preying on the aphids and the ants once they get outside, but they always just bounce back and they start to grow. And with that that being said, I just don't worry too much about it. But let me show you the straw. So 2 bags of straw pretty much covered the whole garden except for one little small garden bed. And I do have to get some more because I need to cover the bags that the tomatoes and the peppers are going to be in. But let me show you real quick. That bag did all of the potato bags. Also did this bed here. Thank God we're not seeing those weeds. Did the bed right here, over here, right there, right here. This is the only one that I wasn't able to cover with the 2 bags. That bed is covered. I went ahead and covered this bed because you know we're gonna put corn in here this year. Then I covered the onion bed. I didn't cover the strawberry bed because it has the landscape fabric on it and I didn't see the point. And it also covered this bed over here. I would say that was definitely worth the money. So a straw bale cost about $7 and some change here. Those bags were $15. Don't know if I said that yesterday or not, but it was much less of a hassle and I really feel like it covered more of the garden than a straw bale would have. I'm not sure, I can't say that for sure, but I got all of that stuff covered. Feeling really good. All right, Greenstalk. Let me show you where I plan to put it. And so it's going to restrict how I can walk up and down the garden, but I'm fine with that. I can still get to where I need to be. My plan is to put it right here. This is the middle walkway. There's a trellis here that will be growing some vine and vegetable, and then I'm gonna put the Greenstalk right here. Now, I did not get the roller or the spinner, whatever you wanna call it. I am going to buy the spinner. I think I'm gonna try to plant some things that don't mind a little bit of shade, like maybe some lettuce on the back end until I can get the roller, the thing that turns it. Haven't even looked at the price on that yet, but I'm super excited, y'all. So that's my plan. Probably put some lettuce, something that don't mind a little bit of shade because it'll get the morning sun. So see right now, this whole Greenstalk is getting sun. So it'll get the morning sun, but my sun is over here all day. This is east for me, and so that's the morning sun. And the morning sun, it will get, but the daytime, the full sun throughout the day is not gonna get that. But this is the color I got. I did not realize that I got basket weave, but apparently I got basket weave, and it's the lilac one. I have everything laid out right now. And I decided to go with Pro Mix. It's a Pro Mix from my local feed and seed store. It was about $34 a bag, right? But when I looked at the prices of, like, I want to say Fox Farm, a few other, it wasn't just Fox Farm. I looked at a few other soil, potting soils. I just feel like this was going to cost me less to do it this way. So that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to show you the bag of what I'm using. This is what my local feed and seed store had. And so it says it's an all-purpose mix, which to me means I could put it in containers, I could put it in my raised beds. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, right now we're just gonna focus on the Greenstalk. But if I like it, it's what I'm gonna fill the rest of the bags up with that I need to fill. And the thing with that is, for $34, I probably can finish filling up the rest of these bags. I don't know that to be true, but we're gonna find out. I'm gonna open it. I feel like it's just gonna be good soil regardless. It was $34. You can't possibly be selling me $34 bag soil, can you? Can you? I also went ahead and got some more organic garden tone. It's from Espoma, because I'm going to put that in there too, just to give it a little more. And that was $27 a bag. But that bag will last me for a while. Anyway, we're about to get started because I am so excited. I cannot wait. I need to figure out, so because I have waited, I think I told y'all 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, that I needed to start some seeds for this, and I hadn't. And so my plan was to really like kind of play around with it, but I wanted to have starts already, and I don't have starts. So with that being said, I have to go back to the drawing board in my mind of what I'm going to plant in here. But either way, it's going to be planted. We're going to see if, like, I feel like the hype is definitely valid. I just have never grown in it before. So for me, it's a new experience. I'm very excited, and we're about to get started. Oh, also, I'm definitely going to get some seeds started today. Like the dahlias are definitely getting started today. Don't know if I'm going to do it on camera or not, but definitely getting those started today. Urban Homestead, small space that you filled up problems. I can't get this wheelbarrow down the aisle without moving the bags. I don't feel like doing that. So let me get this bag over there somehow, or I'm just going to end up pulling the soil out and taking it over there. I don't know, but I'm going to be back once I figure it out. All right, I'm gonna pick this bag up, y'all. That's it. I don't want to be taking it out of here and walking it over to where the Greenstalk is. So I'm gonna pick this bag up. It's so heavy. It's very, very heavy. is compressed soil. It is 3.8 cubic feet of compressed soil. So let me get this over here on this side. Come get me. My son is asleep. Because if he won't, I would tell him, come get this. Ah! Got it. I would have loved to montage that, but it's a whole Italian though. All right, so we got it over here. So I know what I meant to tell y'all yesterday. Guess what? Some baby birds hatched on my porch yesterday. It's probably in a spot that I should close off, and I will wait until the baby birds are gone. But some baby birds hatched on my porch yesterday. I thought that was so sweet. It's like a whole wildlife preserve back here. All right, let's open this bag, see what this soil looks like. I'm kind of excited. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I ain't never used no soil that costs this much money. But also, by the way, my local feed and seed has black cow for $4.25. So y'all know I like black cow, but they have it for $4.25. I think it's like $8 at Lowe's. So that's like half off. Might end up going back to black cow. But actually, I take that back. If these potatoes grow just as well, I'm gonna use that $2 stuff that I could get from Home Depot. I thought about it though, because I thought about it only because I was like, oh, that's a great deal. I would be getting a great deal. But a great deal is not a great deal if you could get something cheap. All right, let's see. Upon first opening it, it definitely has some perlite in it, which is good. That will keep the soil from compacting. Also allow it to drain, as I understand it. We like that. Let's move it around a little bit. I need to put some gloves on. Okay, so it looks like really good soil, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead, fill them up, moisten the soil and all of that. And then, of course, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm doing. It looks simple and easy. It really does. So it is compressed. So with that being said, it's probably gonna take a little bit of work for me to get it out of here in the beginning. And I have to use these gloves, which are not my favorite, but they work to get the soil out. My other gloves are still wet, y'all. That's how much rain we had. All right, I'm gonna try to break it up a little bit, and I'm gonna put some organic granulated fertilizer in here. I am not a person that's gonna be making soil. It's just, I know a lot of people gave me that suggestion. I'm gonna add some stuff into soil, but I ain't gonna be making it. I wanna do it the easiest way I can. And we'll also get to see how many of these bags it takes to fill this in. Like I said, I did some research. I don't research a lot, but I did research this. They definitely said like a high quality potting soil. I think once this is broken up, this won't be so tedious. And I don't wanna get it into this little hole. That's where it drains. So trying to make sure I don't do that too. So that might be why it also is a little tedious. And it does have a fill line, and it basically says fill it to the top. I'm going to do that. And another reason why I purchased this soil is because I want to make sure that the foundation of this Greenstalk is solid. Yes, $34 for a bag of soil may seem a little bit expensive, but I'm planning to grow a good amount of food in this Greenstalk. And then every year moving forward, all I have to do is amend it. And it definitely said not to compact it, just to kind of put it in here. So I'm not pushing it down or anything. I'm just dropping the soil down there here. I'm sure somebody got a better way for me to get this uncompacted, but since I'm out here by myself, I'll never know. Until it's already done, that is. Super excited to start growing in this, y'all. And so because I'm dealing with a small amount of space, I'm going to moisten the bottom one, give it a little bit of time, and then move on to the second one, because I want to moisten it before I put it together. That's just me. I don't think I read that anywhere. I just want to make sure, because this soil is 100% dry right now. 100%. It ain't a piece of moisture in this bag. So I am on the 4th tier. I do need to level up, I'm sure. Once it gets moistened and it settles a little bit, I'm sure I'm gonna have to add a little bit more soil to it. But I still got half of this bag left. Can you see that? And I only have 2 tiers left to go. This is so cute. And I wanna try to figure out a way to kind of connect it to this. I don't know if I can figure it out, but what I'm thinking though is actually just kind of getting some kind of clips here and then tying it to this. That way, if it gets wind windy, it won't blow over. Although they tell you if you are expecting wind to take them down. Now, if you know me like I think you know me, you know I'm probably not gonna get out here to do that. So I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of tie it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm almost done. It's not hard at all. The one thing you want to make sure of is that this is clipped like down into it and not sitting on top of it. But that's probably the biggest thing. And I did put some granulated fertilizer in each one. I wanted to record the whole thing with y'all, but it's hot out here. The sun is beaming and my camera just keeps getting hot. So with that being said, let me finish this up and then I'm gonna bring y'all back when it's done. All right, y'all, so we are done. The Greenstalk is up. I finally have a Greenstalk, my first one ever, in a pretty little purple color, and I think it's gonna be so cute with this trellis full of stuff. I think it's gonna be so cute. I am super duper excited to have that. So it's later in the day. It's much later in the day. It's about 5 something. I ate something very salty and my blood pressure was not happy about that. So I had to go in the house, but I did finish it and I'm so excited. The next thing we're gonna do, but we're not doing that tonight. I'm probably about to go in the house, honestly. I'm feeling much better. Drank a whole bunch of water, got my life together. Didn't realize it was as salty as it was, but apparently it was. These are our last bags that need to be filled. So we have that Pro Mix left. That is one bag and I did not use that whole bag to fill the Greenstalk. So if you're wondering how much soil you need for the Greenstalk, 3.8 cubic feet is too much, is what I'm gonna say. And I do probably need to go back. I do need to go back because if you can see, the soil is not all the way to the top. So I'm gonna top the soil off. I put the water in the top and then it just drains out. There are little holes in here too. So when you fill it up, you'll have water coming down here and it's gonna go into these little gray pieces down here. They also have holes in them. So it's watering it from the middle and then it comes out of the Greenstalk too. So when it goes down this middle hole, it's going down into the gray pieces and then at the top, it drips down into the top one. So it's really cool. I think that I'm really going to like this. And it said water only. So I'm assuming you probably shouldn't fertilize through there. I'm not really sure. Maybe you fertilize each pocket, but we're gonna find out. I'm gonna learn this. If anybody has any tips for me, go ahead and leave them because I'm looking for all the tips because I want this to be successful. But yeah, I really like it. Like I said, I ended up getting the basket weave, but I didn't realize that's what I got, which is fine. But let me show y'all something real quick because I did not want to go back to the store, right? And I've already said it before, I'm not good with math. So you tell me 3 cubic feet and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. We got 2 whole bags of that, which is not a big deal because of course I need to top the bags. We'll probably go and get some of the cheaper compost tomorrow from Home Depot and I will show you how I feel and refresh. Well, not feel so much because I'm just gonna put this Pro Mix in it. If you're interested in how these bags were filled in the first place, there are plenty of videos. I think I've done at least 2 videos that show how I do this. This time, I'm gonna top it with Pro Mix, a little bit of compost, and then we're gonna move on from there. Because at this point, we got a whole bunch of Pro Mix. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.